And I believe we are live.
Welcome to the It's Always Saturday podcast because when you're with the boys, it's always Saturday.
Always
Let's
Saturday.
go. Let's
Man
go.
sounds like he's got the
Okay.
sniffles.
Me?
Yeah, it's just like, welcome to the It's Always Saturday.
Oh, I don't know. I just woke up from a nap,
Yeah.
so that could be
Did
it.
my call wake you up?
It did not. I was already awake. I had an alarm set just so I wouldn't miss the podcast.
What a
It's
gamer.
important stuff.
What an absolute gamer.
I have a very fun fact that I would like to share.
Excellent.
So this on UFC Fight Pass, they do this show, and it's called Fight Physics.
Mm-hmm.
And they did an episode with Francis Ngannou where they took this punching machine and they measured his punching power, and they figured out that Francis Ngannou's punches produce enough power to light up every light bulb in 29 houses at the same time.
Jeez, bro.
Which is so ridiculous. And it also, his punches have enough power to launch a 165-pound man 3 feet into the air.
Baby steps. Easy.
We should do the math. We should do the math and figure out how many feet in the air he can launch me.
Okay. Well, that actually wouldn't be too tricky if you want to try to do that. What was it again, Ian?
165-pound man 3 feet in the air.
Okay. 165, 3 feet in the air. So,
The math
165.
Bobby, how much do you weigh?
Yeah, how much do you weigh, Bobby?
360.
360?
Oh, big man,
Yeah.
big man.
Oh, this won't make sense at all. Oh, I've done this wrong. All right.
Oh, no.
Whatever. We'll just say it's like
3 divided by 160. This also probably isn't how math works, but that's fine. Oh, okay, this has gone very poorly. I'll try again. 3 divided by 165. So that's... Well, I'm hitting multiply. All right, I give up. Anyway.
it'd probably be like
Let's say
almost a
you're like
foot.
about double, so let's say about 1.5 feet. A bit less than 1.5 feet.
Yeah.
What
straight
a
up.
big brain opener to this episode.
Honestly, just the boys absolutely being dog shit at math.
Gotta love it. So that's why we need Butler on the podcast, because he got 99 in calculus.
Exactly. Yeah, he literally would have figured that out in like 10 seconds.
He actually would have, is the thing. That
Yeah.
snake.
Bro, how can you just do that?
He's
The power
Smart
of
boy.
the amount of times given to him. Well, you see, because Ian has the ooga booga body. So in just railing Butler so many times, it has just all gone to his brain. The sheer power.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
it's how the spinal cord works, you know.
I haven't. Butler complains about like, oh, you punched me so much. I've punched him like a handful of times, like not even that much.
I've only committed assault occasionally. What is
Yeah,
the
Ian-
problem?
Ian's
You
just like
bitch about
pounding
it.
his Ian's just like pounding his face into a pulp in the corner. Like, bro, it's only a handful of times. Come on, bro.
Like,
Not
bro.
much. Not at all.
Oh, I have a story. That reminds me of because our mutual friend Jane, who's been on the podcast before, currently is working at like Ian's camera is now there's a yellow line. Oh, and he's gone.
Damn, bro.
Fuck.
That's hype.
That's hype. We gotta love when 2 podcasts in a row Ian randomly disappears. Well, I'm gonna keep telling the story. So there's an
All right.
elderly man, and he's just such a Chad, you know, just such a Chad, which you gotta respect, gotta love it. And
Wait, you never said where Jane works.
oh, she works at like a Métis retirement home, kinda.
Okay, straight up. I see. I
Yeah, yeah,
understand.
yeah. So basically, there was this one of the older guys. He fell over, and yeah, he couldn't get back up. They called in an ambulance, and they're like, "Sir, like you fractured your hip," and the man's just going, "No, I'm just old. No,"
Oh.
and they're like, "Sir, you have broken a bone. We need to help you. And this man was refusing medical care because he was too much of a boomer. He's just, I'm just old. This is just an old person thing. It's fine. And he's literally
Bro,
has a broken bone.
it's like, bro, I've heard stories of like old women and their like ankle bone is like sticking out, and they're just like, I didn't want to bother anybody, and it's like, it's like I understand. It's like, actually, no, I don't understand
I
at
don't
all.
get it. I bother everyone constantly. Stop caring. Attack
Straight up,
men.
straight up, just beat them all. Oh,
Oh, he's
he's
coming
returned.
back. He's coming back.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened there.
I don't know why your camera went yellow for a little. I suppose it was just warning us that you pissed yourself, most likely.
Anyways, right before I tuned out, you said you had a story.
Yeah, I just finished it.
You missed the
Oh,
story.
fuck.
Basically, an old man fell and broke his hip and was like, "No, I'm just old. I don't need an ambulance." Yeah, I don't know why that's such a consistent thing with old folks that they just like, I do not need medical care. Like, yes, you do. Calm down.
What?
I don't.
Old
Well,
folks need like I always found like old folks are like going to the like doctor for things that they don't actually need to go to the doctor for. But that's
Bro,
just people in general.
you're what's creating the stigma. You're the reason why they don't go. You're.
Okay, my grandma, we call her Nan. My Nan, literally only half of her heart is working, and we have to like force her to go to the doctor. It's so whack. Like
It's wild.
she literally she like it's because like all she does is she like cleans like she like for like that's just what she does. Like she just loves to do it, and like she's literally like cleaned so much and like worked herself so much that like half of her heart has stopped working, so she only has half of a heart. And we're like, how's it going? Like, what's the doctor saying? And like, you need to keep going to the doctor, get this checked out. And she's like, just keep cleaning. And I'm like, come on, bro. Old like that is like a true thing, like where they just like old folks just seem like they just like don't want to go to the doctor for anything.
I think it's definitely a generational thing. I remember I was talking because I went on because everybody was bored in quarantine. My dad and I took a road trip to. My dad's originally from Quebec, but the English part.
Roadie.
Yeah, so we drove out to Quebec, and we were just chatting, vibing. I had a great time, and I remember at one point my dad was telling me like, yeah, when I was younger, I'd always refuse to sleep with the pillow because I thought it was for sissies. And it's like, mind you, at the time, like, it's not like beds at the time were like mattresses. Like his bed was a big pile of straw with a cover on it, and he's like, I don't need a pillow. It's for women. Of course, at this point now, just vibing. A man in chat named Jorn has said, "So some gay Canadian thumb boy and baseball cap boy 3," as a descriptor for us.
Nice.
We're actually
fair.
all gay Canadian boys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that disrespect.
Why am I a thumb though? Damn.
Because he's a
Because you look
bigot.
like a thumb, Bobby.
Huh?
Bro, I saw you just... The Gatorade went in. That was a good slurp, Bobby. That was a good slurp.
Yeah, there's no more Gatorade. Now I'm sad because I want more Gatorade.
That's the devastating part about consuming things as they go away, which is why I hate capitalism.
That's so
Hey.
deep and profound.
I got sent a very inspiring meme today, and I would like to share it with all of you.
Excellent.
It just says, it's like this picture of a guy, and he's surfing, if you guys can see it.
Oh, this
He's
would be great
surfing,
for the
and it
people
says,
listening on Spotify.
Yeah. Anyways, picture of a guy surfing, and it says, each day is another chance to get astoundingly drunk. And, since the quarantine has, like, we're in phase 2 now, I have sincerely embraced that method and have been fucked up every weekend since then.
Oh, yeah. Mans was bragging.
I thought you were gonna say every day, and I was like, "Whoa!"
No, we're not you, Bobby.
Yeah, we don't.
What have you
Bro,
been? Have you been drunk like twice now in your life?
yeah, that's my second time ever getting
Yeah,
drunk.
How was
you fucking
So,
how was
alcoholic.
oh,
Disgusting.
disgusting.
so,
How was your experience last night? Tell us what happened?
bro, I got sloshed. So we were like around a fire, and I was just pounding twisted teas because that's what I brought, and we were all just. It was to the point where we were all just like dancing and shit, and like just singing and yelling, even though we were on our friends' like acreage that our grandparents owned. So like we yell, and then we'd be like, "Oh, shh, the grandparents are sleeping,"
Oh
and
fuck!
like.
That's always the best vibe of a party where just people are
Yeah.
going off, but then immediately, oh fuck, guys, shit,
Yeah.
shit.
And so we had designated pee breaks. So about every half hour, all the boys would go over in the bushes and pee as a group. It was
Bro,
it was
sometimes if you're wobbly, somebody else gotta hold your dick for you. That's just all there is
Exactly,
to it. Gotta help a brother
exactly.
out.
and
Gotta help
but
That's
like
brother out.
camaraderie.
I accidentally drunk texted one of my coaches. It was just
Nice.
it was just
Hell,
it was just an Instagram story of his hand, and he was like cigar, and I texted, "Let's go, coach, bro. Fuck yeah, we gotta do it
fuck yeah,
sometime, bro."
bro.
And I was like, yo, I'm drunk right now. This is hype. And he texted me back today, and he's like, "You're a great man." And
Everybody loves
and
Bobby. That's just how it is.
Exactly.
I was in my tent because we were camping out, and and the guy who I was in my tent with, he had to get tucked in because he was a bit more sloshed than I was.
Mm-hmm.
And so while they were tucking him in, I was in the like sleeping bag beside him, like half asleep. And then all of a sudden, one of their phones went off with like some loud music, and I like came back from the dead, and I was like, "Yo," and they were like, and he was like, "Yo, what's up, Bobby? How's it going?" And I was like, "Bro, I just heard the tune," and he was like, all right, that's cool, brother. Go back to sleep." And I was like, "Peace," and I just like
Just
went
gone.
just
That was
gone,
like
bro.
my birthday when we went out to Midway.
It was also like my birthday,
We all like
where you did that as well. Do you remember? Because I
we
had the
didn't.
mattress on the floor in my room, and there was a point where,
Oh,
like, I remember you were like just laying on my back porch, and my birthday's in October, so you was just laying out in the cold. I remember we gave you were sauced off your ass, but you'd been dancing for about 4 hours straight without stopping
yeah.
at all, except to drink more. So you were laying on the ground, and we just gave you a piece of cake, and you were just like, it was just on your chest. You just fork it off and put it in your mouth while laying flat on your back. And that was a time. And Jordan again in chat has says you haven't been drunk enough till you boys get together to retake Jerusalem and then crusade. And Matt's got a point. We've honestly
That's the
Ian's been
plan.
close a few times.
I have July 4th is when it's all going down. That's when she's going down.
Oh yeah.
We're retaking Jerusalem, boys. But what I was gonna say
Spread the
before
word,
was
everybody.
at my birthday when we all like were at Midway and went like so hard at the club and like we all get it. I think there was like 3 different cars to like take us all back.
I think so, yeah.
And like I don't know about anybody else's car, but the car that I was in, like everyone like wants everything to be quiet because we're all so tired and so drunk.
Oh, and you're in
And
that car, so that's a problem.
yeah, no, I was dead because like I'd been dancing the whole time.
Yeah.
And Caleb actually the whole time was like, "Yo, after party at Spencer's, like boys, let's go."
Everybody else is just saying, "Shut the fuck up,
Yeah,
Caleb."
like Caleb, shut up.
Yo, didn't you tell a story about how one time you got drunk and then you woke up and you forgot that you had legs?
Oh, I was high.
Yeah, no,
So
alcohol don't do that.
yeah, I was like pretty high, and I like fell asleep, and then I woke up in the middle of the night, and I had to go to the bathroom. And I was like, all right, like I'll just like walk over to the bathroom. I couldn't do that because like I like tried to get off the couch and just like collapsed. So I'm like, shit, I don't know how to use my legs. So I like army crawl across the room because we were in Spencer's room and he has a bathroom in his room.
Mhm.
So I like army crawl across the room, like pull myself up onto the toilet with only my arms, go to the bathroom, then like get off the toilet, and I'm like laying on the ground. I'm like, it's really nice and cold here. Like I'm gonna stay here for a few minutes. So I like stayed there for probably like half an hour just on the cold floor, and then like army crawled my way back and went back to sleep.
Yeah, and it's you'd think that somebody would have heard that, but I was in that room as well, passed out about 10 feet away, and was unfazed because I was also
Yeah.
very exhausted. Oh, actually, I
Damn.
told you this story earlier, Ian. But I was drugged yesterday, and
Yes.
it
Really?
really. So what happened? I've had this weird stomach thing for a few days. I don't really know what's going on with it, but you know, I was chatting with my mom, and I was like, "Ma, my stomach's fucked up. You got any medication?" And she's like, "Yeah, no, I probably have some medicine or something." So she goes through her like, little medicine cabinet, finds these two tablets, and she's like, "All right, just take two of these and you'll be set." And I remember afterwards I was thinking, I'm feeling real woozy. I don't know what's going on, but I want to go lie down. And then I lay down on the couch. I wasn't asleep, but 2 hours go by very quickly. And I remember at one point I was like, oh, I'm getting a bunch of texts on my phone. So I was like, messaging people back on my phone. And then I remembered, oh fuck, my phone's downstairs. So I was fully hallucinating having my phone and like texting. Because it turns
Those are
out
really
I've been
good.
given like a full double dosage of motion sickness medication, which causes like
Oh,
massive drowsiness. And I was just
Those are
like out of it for the rest of the day. But after about like 4 or 5 hours, I just had a cool high. I was hanging out. I was feeling great, and that was my
yeah,
afternoon.
yeah, yeah.
so
And then
in
we just
the
like walked around Festival Place. It was pretty sick.
Yeah, I was like, "Yo, can you pick me up to walk around festival?" And he's like, "Yeah." And when I got there, I was like, "Thanks for driving. I've been drugged and I'm still very dizzy." Well,
Yeah.
not dizzy, woozy. Motion sickness medication obviously wouldn't make you dizzy.
so in the confusion last night, I sent the boys this this
A dick pic.
video.
Oh, the video. Oh, yes.
This video. So Spencer sent this meme, and in it had the word dick, but it had dick spelled with two C's. And in drunk Bobby's mind, bro, peak comedy that was. So I was like, so immediately my first reaction was go into the camera and film your reaction. So it was me with gritted teeth, eyes like
You were
this.
It's very good. You
This
know what? For reference, I'll put that video up on the Instagram later, Bobby. Cuz that's
Yes.
content, Bobby. You have content in mind and I respect it.
Yeah, we have major respect.
So yeah, shout out the
and
podcast Instagram at It's Always Saturday Podcast. Oh, and also Jessie Girl has followed. Welcome to the boys, Jessie Girl.
Epic. Are you
the thing
actually
is,
are you
I,
from Femboy Hooters?
Ooh, ooh, can't
but
can't talk about Femboy Hooters live, Ian. Affects me too much.
thing is, the
I
thing
gotta take
is,
my sweater off. I'm getting too hot and heavy now.
thing is, I don't even fully remember sending that. I vaguely remembered it, and then I realized that Spencer had saved it, and he was spamming it with me in the group chat earlier, and I got like depressed because I was like, oh no, oh no,
Yeah,
oh
well, the
no.
second you sent it, I was like, I need to have this archived for as long as possible.
And for some reason, my dumbass decided to click stay in chat for the video.
Oh, yeah. It ain't, Bobby, this shit ain't going. It's
yeah,
too.
yeah.
You sauced off your ass going, oh, he spelled dick wrong. Ah! It's too funny. It's too
Yeah.
fucking funny.
And honestly, I think like that Instagram group chat, the Toe Sucker group chat, that's like one of the littest chats ever.
Oh, we
I
got
don't
a
know if there's
fire
another
meme
chat
chat.
out there that's litter than that chat.
And
Yes.
Jessie Girl says they're new to Twitch. So hello. Thank you for
Oh,
coming
epic.
across us. It's pretty sick. We do this
New
every
to Twitch
Wednesday.
because she quit her job at Femboy Hooters.
I'm not so sure. I think we'll let them discuss Femboy Hooters in time.
She's going over to Tomboy Outback Steakhouse.
It do be like that sometimes.
It do be like that.
Yo, we got to do a boys' night at Buffet Royale. at some point.
At some point, I've been there
I'm
before.
only going if somebody else is driving and I'm stoned off my ass. That's the only I'm going.
Bro.
Ian's requirements for going to any buffet. If I'm conscious, I can't go.
Well, okay, because like the only reason I said that is I haven't been to a buffet in months, and with this girth that I'm packing, it needs to be a semi-regular occurrence. So now I'm just like got the craving, and so I'm like, I can't be anything other than completely sober because I need to be in the moment.
You need to be
as I-
living. And
I-
also,
I-
my
I'm in
friend,
the zone.
my friend from Tinder, Wyatt, has started following. So shout out Wyatt. What a champ.
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
we should have an interesting discussion about something that Spencer mentioned earlier when we were printing off the epic picture in the background.
Oh yeah, we have a live copy of the when small meme. It's not
When
super
when
visible.
small.
It will improve over time.
Yes, it only gets better.
Mm-hmm.
So Spencer mentioned this. It's like apparently a lot of gay people don't have their licenses, and I'm wondering what's
Don't
up.
call
Like,
him
what's
out.
going on, guys? What's going on? Like, I need to know.
Listen. This is news to me. Actually, yeah, Wyatt, if you're in chat, can you let us know why no gay men have a driver's license? Because yeah, it weirdly is such a consistent thing. Like, I'm just
guys.
thriving. I'm driving.
Wait, guys.
Jesse in chat just said that their cousin Jacob is gay and he doesn't have his license and he's 35.
Hey, Spencer, you're onto something here.
I've stumbled into a fact of just
Yes,
life
you
that
have.
gay men can't drive, and it's really funny.
Is this a setup because I don't have my license yet?
Bobby, I think.
And she said my cousin Jacob. Does she
Oh,
know
and you're
Oh!
really
Even though this actually, I can see when this person has had a Twitch account for 2 days, so they definitely have not seen Bobby before. But that's so funny, and Wyatt has demanded a lawyer to be questioned in regard to this, which is very fair, and I respect it deeply.
epic. Bobby, I didn't even think about that. You just walked into that one. That was not even on my radar that you didn't have a license.
I was just like, wait, like I'm getting it soon. I'm doing like driving training. I'm just like
You've just been going to Femboy Hooters way too often.
Yeah.
Bobby goes full baby rage.
boss baby fires you.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
Shit. No recovering after a fire from Boss Baby.
Yeah. Boys, I apologize. I'm very tired. I was up till 3 a.m. last night.
Too many hosey, and
Why?
you gotta calm down.
I know it's becoming a problem, servicing them all.
It's just his harem is just too massive.
I know.
But well, I have a Tinder story.
Oh, I'm into this.
It's the one I believe I have told you this before, Ian.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like I don't want to take up all the airtime as anybody else that has a story they want to get in first.
All right, you go, man. You go.
All right, good shit. So, I've said it before on the podcast, but I'm pansexual, like male, female, in between. Other than I don't really give a shit. If they're hot, they're hot. That's the only rule. So
Spencer
guys,
be like,
ass is ass, okay?
ass is ass.
Spencer be like, pans.
Bro.
Yo, that one meme, and it's like Tom from Tom and Jerry, and he's like very much salivating as he like walks into a kitchen, and it's like pansexuals on their way to do the dishes.
Will not confirm or deny. Bro, cooking pots be looking dummy thick these days. But so basically on Tinder, I won't say her name, but I had matched with a girl, and she looked very much like the actress Debbie Ryan. And I sent her a message. I was just like, so like, how many people have told you look like Debbie Ryan? And I didn't know, because my sort of strat so far had just been say the dumbest thing possible. I remember there was.
Spencer's a quirky guy.
I'm not.
He likes to be
Listen,
quirky.
I'm not like the other girls. And that's all there is to it.
Spencer calls himself a potato.
I'm just a potato.
He just has such crackhead energy, you know, guys.
Ew, Jesus Christ.
Bro, we're
Ew.
talking like my sister, and it's really making me mad right now.
I'm sorry for your loss, Bobby. But so yeah, like for an example, I remember there was one girl, and I thought this was the funniest thing ever. There's a picture of her like in Venice, and I just like responded, like sent a message with like the picture of her, and said, "I've heard Venice is stinky," and that was all I said. And I thought it was so funny. But so that's my go-to because I really don't care. And her immediate when I said to the one girl, how many people have said you look like Debbie Ryan, her immediate response was, "Fuck off, Spencer." And I thought, a little aggressive, a little bit into that. Let's keep her going. So we were like talking for a little, nothing insane. And then she just hits me with the, "So you don't remember me then, Spencer?" And I said, "Hmm?"
And I said, "Hmm?"
I said, "Hmm?" Because after she said that, I was like, you do look very familiar. Like, did we go to the same high school? I didn't, like, talk to everybody. Like, she's like, "No. I'm one of your ex's best friends. So the fact that you talk to me is really disrespectful. Like, I don't know who the fuck you are." And it was just like this whole thing where I was like, "I don't know who the fuck you were. The ex was a dickhead to me, so I dumped them. Why would you match with me? I clearly don't remember who you are."
Yeah.
And then she just went this thing where it's like she's such an incredible woman. And I never want to be with somebody like you. Like,
that
she's
is so incorrect. I know this person.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
like, she's such a strong, empowered woman.
I don't know this person, but they suck.
Hell yeah, Bobby, get it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The only reason I can remember some of my ex's best friends is because I dated their best friends as well.
It do be like that, and
if he didn't date them, he doesn't remember. Irrelevant.
Yeah, that's why
irrelevant.
That's why Ian remembers me so well, because we've had a long 5-6 year relationship now.
It's been an intense sexual relationship. And on that note, I really need some water. My mouth is very dry, and while I'm gone, I would like you two lads to talk as much shit about me as possible.
I appreciate you think that we weren't already going to.
Yeah. And then when I get back, I would like the opportunity to defend myself.
Excellent. Well, Matt, somebody in chat has said hi, Bobby, and asked if we like chicken nuggets. We can talk about that real quick. Bobby, you got a firm stance on chicken nuggets?
I would just like to say hello back, and yes, I also do very much enjoy chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets are good, unlike Ian and his impure soul.
Well, it's just because he's so old, you know? Like,
he's out of his prime consistently, bro.
He's
like...
It's just a little concerning. Oh, and the man that said hi to you was also followed, but his name is Hi, how are you doing? So that's very confusing. Oh, and we have Jane in chat now. God, y'all going off, who has said Ian is not a pure soul. And it's true. He's disgusting and decrepit. He's addicted to weed. It's become a problem. I remember there was one time in 1997 where he actually committed mass genocide in southern Uganda, and nobody noticed. I think it's because he's white, and people just kind of let him. It was very weird.
Bro. And even worse, he's got a messed up sleep. He's got a messed up sleep schedule.
Yeah, well, because he's up late, capturing. Well, he captures a lot of things, so it's really hard to narrow down the list. I think any animal he comes by is just gone. If there's women and children, he'll attack the child first and actually use the child to attack the woman.
It's because he's trying. Just pretend he's not here right now. It's because he's trying to get back into crime because he's out.
Because he's so old.
I knew that was going to come up, and the fact that it only came up when I just got back is very surprising. I thought.
It was a recurring. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because it's just he's so old that his memory just fades so quickly.
I'm okay. I'm
Stupid
1 year
MMA
older
cuck.
than you and 2 years older than Bobby. Are you kidding me?
You're a senior citizen.
Stupid MMA cuck.
Wow. And you're
Bobby.
you're just such a weeb. Like the amount that you talk the amount that you talk about your favorite anime, One Punch Man, is insane. You just
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
time
bro.
just going off, you're like, oh, I'd fuck Saitama. That's all
Hey,
you
he's
say.
jacked. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean?
Like, yeah, he's hot, what the fuck?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Ian be like, Belle Delphine.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby, get the fuck out of here. You only say that because you're the one you have single-handedly kept Belle Delphine afloat while we haven't heard about her at all.
So these
You are the
tough
main
times.
contributor.
I'm so,
You've been
I'm the one who funded her Cuba parody.
exactly, and you've been like you're that guy who like tweets at Belle Delphine just to be like, yeah, I'll drop another 1K on stream.
Jane just called Bobby a simp.
Looks almost as good as my tea. JK.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Bobby going off in this one.
But
So, did you
honestly,
guys just talk about how I was a weeb and how I'm past my prime, or did you guys have something original?
Well, we just talked about your habit of assaulting women and that mass murder you committed in 1997.
we also
That's
mentioned
just the ones that you guys know about.
we also mentioned your weed addiction and your messed up sleep schedule, and
Mhm.
the
My
fact
sleep
that you
schedule is not messed up. What are you talking
went to
about?
bed at 3 a.m. and you're just nasty and decrepit, and you are the opposite of chicken nuggets because you're an impure soul.
You're also just like gross. Like you're just kind of yucky.
Just grow up. Just grow up.
I need to
God.
grow up, but I'm also
Bro.
past my prime.
Yeah,
This doesn't
that's
add up, boys.
you're an
You're past your
oxymoron
prime, but
and a
you're
moron. That's
the reason we're on you about it is you don't embrace it. You're like, because I'm young. Because I'm young. But like, God.
I apologize. I just really might be past my prime.
Yeah.
I mean, the sooner you accept it, the sooner we can start booking the funeral, you know?
I think that I would like the song um the simp detector song played at my funeral.
But then, okay, here's the thing. I don't think Bobby would be allowed. Because here's the
At
thing.
my funeral?
I don't think he would. Because I don't think he could contain himself. Because like he said, he's been missing the buffet. And with Ian laid out on that table, that's a snack ready to consume.
I thought you were gonna say
Right,
that, like,
bro.
because funerals typically are in churches, sometimes at grave sites, but they're typically in churches, and I don't think that Bobby would be able to stop himself because he's in a holy place from praying to Belle Delphine and transferring her his entire life savings.
Naturally.
I've been going to church with you since I was like 6 years old. What do you damn?
Yeah, the Church of Belle Delphine. Ian always took the next corner after that one.
The only person who I'm a simp for is Ian himself, because I remember when we were young, I would constantly try to garner attention, and Ian didn't like me.
Well, it's because Ian was just a bully as a child. And that's all there is to it.
No, like that's
Ian-
factual. Like unless like I thought you were cool, I bullied you, and I apologize to anyone that I bullied because like I was like just like a little jackass, and it wasn't cool for anyone.
Because I like, hi, can I play with you? And you'd be like, and you literally like point to your toys and say no touchy, and I'd be like,
Bobby would just leave and cry.
bruh.
Damn. Well, you know what? You're in the big leagues now, Bobby. You're in the big leagues now.
Exactly.
Welcome to the
With
cool
the
kid
boys
table.
You hang out with Caleb though, so like, hey.
You hung out with Caleb though. Fuck.
In like, me and Caleb were like, and for those of you who don't know, we've had Caleb on the podcast a couple times. Hell of a dude, straight e-boy.
Very e-boy.
Me and Caleb were like really close
energy.
when we were like really young, and then like as we like kind of like hit puberty, as like we have like, even though like we're close friends, we have like very different interests. Like I'm like super athletic and really like sports, and Caleb's all about.
I'm super athletic, guys. I'm super athletic.
Super athletic.
And Caleb is more like into computers and stuff like that. And so like as we
Fucking
hit
nerd.
puberty,
Can we get some fucking nerds in chat? Can we get a nerd alert in chat? Thank you.
and so we like when we hit like puberty, we like fell apart. But then like as we like kind of got out of it,
Sorry, somebody
we,
in
like...
chat just said no. I respect it deeply. I respect it. Oh, I thought the name was Karen. But it is Karn.
But yeah. Why are we talking about Caleb? Oh yeah,
You brought it up.
Right.
No,
I
I brought
distinctly
it up.
remember. I have a memory of me and Bobby in Sunday school, and I can't remember what we were doing, but for some reason we were like trying to see like who was the biggest, and naturally I was like, I want to be the fucking biggest, but Bobby's like 6'4", and so I was not the
Even when
biggest,
I was
and I was
7. Even when I
yeah,
was
no, like, and I was not the biggest, and I was very unhappy about it, and so that's probably what garnered my hatred for Bobby is he was bigger than I was.
Oh,
Bro,
that's such an
no.
Ian. What honestly, short king. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Being like, he's fucking taller than me. Fuck.
Bro, because I remember you were just straight up like savage, classy, bougie, ratchet, like just in Sunday school. Like the thing is, you wouldn't like take the toys for yourself. You'd leave them there and be like, if you touch it, I'm gonna break your neck, sort of thing. Like,
Okay, I never
Holy
did that.
fuck.
I never did that.
You definitely. I wasn't there, and you did, Ian.
yeah, but the thing is, like, what I'm saying is, you felt so confident even back then that you never felt the need to like the toys for yourself. You just left them and like kept an eye on it.
He invited the challenge so that he could annihilate.
And if someone went too close to that toy, you were like, "Hey, bro, using that," and they were like, and they were like, "Shit, sorry, bro." Like in Sunday school too, like.
Well, it's just we all know that Ian, like, you even said it before, Ian, that you were the kid that was like on the playground, and when there's like a girl you like, you just ran so fast past him. Look how fucking fast I can go.
Like that was me, and like I don't know how it worked at you guys' elementary, but at my elementary, like if you were the fastest runner, like that got you like all the bitches, and like and that was like
you see,
like you were like the top dog if you were the fastest runner, and I was the fastest runner. So
I feel like the main disconnect was that at my elementary school I was fat and had one friend, so I wasn't really aware of how to gain social standing.
Honestly, I can't remember what it was at my elementary school. All I know is that I didn't have it, whatever it was. But when I was younger, I was a straight playboy. There was multiple girls who I would like literally give love notes to. We were in first grade, and I got a little sticky notepad in my desk, and I got a wing woman. So like I basically like write up all these like love notes. I'm like, hey, fat ass, sort of thing. and this other girl was like, I'll deliver them for you. And so like this other girl was in the bathroom, so she put him in her desk. And like first graders aren't exactly subtle. So when she came back and read the notes, the teacher was talking when she read the notes, and the first thing she did was she turned around and looked at me and screamed, "You love me!" And so, of course, bro got put on the spot in the middle of class.
That's so funny.
So my response, lean back in my chair, go, "Nah, just think you look good," sort of thing. I actually said
what a
that
play!
Too.
What a play!
What a
just
play!
Leads back.
I actually said that too, and like the crazy thing is, it worked because I almost got invited to her birthday party, and we played together at recess. So
bro, gotta get them birthday parties.
Bro, we dated for like a recess. It was like
best moment of Bobby's life.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, she was in a couple of my classes in high school, and like for some reason I remembered. But hey, bro,
she was just shy because she was like, "Damn, Bobby's too fucking. He's so hot. He's so hot. I can't.
So
hey.
I mean, you have received the most Simpson chat so far, praising you, Bobby.
exactly. He's too thick. Like he just is.
Damn. Let's just all
All
just
right,
understand there's some audio listeners, but for the visual listeners, I'm just gonna have a 5 second pause to appreciate the stature of Bobby. Here's a 5 second starting now. Alright, we good. Hope you
all
like
right.
that,
So
chat. Hope you
basically,
liked that.
so basically, you need to look up a man named Keith Lee because I look like the white Keith Lee. I think I do at least.
You think
Keith
you do.
Lee. Let's
Keith
see.
Lee.
Spencer, out of curiosity, is Wyatt a redhead?
Why? I feel like he dyes his hair, but it's currently like a brown.
Okay, because someone named the Redheaded Menace just followed the Instagram.
The Redheaded Menace.
Ooh.
I know who that is.
Oh, you do?
Oh, don't
If
dox
I'm-
him.
No, I'm just gonna say like if I'm, I might.
Fuck,
but
I remember where they live.
If it is who I think it is that Sawyer? Bro, Sawyer, is that you?
Bro, Tom Sawyer? Shit.
Who did you want me to look up? What's his name?
His name is Keith Lee.
Keith Lee. I was gonna look up Spike Lee, but I know what he looks like, and it's nothing like you.
Bro, fuck you mean?
Keith. I almost just searched up Keith Spike.
Keith Spike.
Okay, I see it. There's some girth there.
Yeah.
Bro, if you can't recreate the girth, I don't want it.
Like put Keith Lee in some like bright pigment.
Bro, we out here with that highlighter pigment. That's just how we be today.
Hey. Guys,
Ian,
I
you
have a
seem
very
so
important
tired.
question.
Alright, what is the
Yeah.
important question?
Dominion or DeBob for today?
The Bob, bro.
The minion looking good though, not gonna lie. Minion
Not
looking
gonna lie.
fresh.
Spencer, is it you that has the obsession with minions?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, my old car I had a pack of 95 minion stickers in it, but that was just for fun.
Yeah, cause I know someone who like is like super into minions and thinks they're like the shit.
Is it one of the
And they're like
clients
my
you work
age.
with?
No, they're like my age.
Oh,
Yeah,
so they're
like,
old. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so they're old. Gosh.
I've never seen somebody roll their eyes that hard.
Also, I'd like to go back to that. I have never assaulted a woman or child in my entire life.
No, you haven't assaulted a woman or a
Bullshit.
child. You've assaulted a woman with a child.
No.
I was very clear in what I said,
Never.
Ian. I know you're trying to
Never
work
have I
around
ever
me here.
Never have I ever done that.
Oh yeah, Jane highlighted the fight video where it's you tackling two women to the ground that I do have on my phone.
Literally. Okay, I get to explain myself. Literally,
Wait a
I was like,
minute.
this needs to not happen. You guys need to not come try to fight me. And I didn't throw a single strike. I literally just wrestled them both to the ground until they both said, "We give up." Like I didn't hurt them. I literally just like they
This
came at
sound-
me
okay,
trying
This
to
sounds
hit
really
me.
bad. It was so we were at a friend's basement. The one of the friends was one of the women, and then the two of them were like, "Yo, we could take you on." Jane, your karate did not almost win. I do have the footage. But yeah, it was fucking funny because they were like because one of the girls was on the rugby team and the other one was Jane. So a plus and a handicap. Seemed necessary.
Like they were actively throwing strikes at me. I did not throw a single strike, and I just made them stop.
Well, yeah.
So you just like destroyed them completely,
No.
utterly.
No.
No, my favorite part was the very end where you had Kinley in a headlock on the ground and Jane tried to karate chop your back and you just reached up, grabbed her head, and had her in a lock as well.
Well, I don't know how else to do that one because like
No,
they're
no.
just gonna keep hitting me.
It's really funny. I feel like so we got 2 videos to put on the gram at some point. Bobby going,
Yeah,
the
No,
dick's
can we
not
not?
wrong. And the video of
I-
you assaulting 2 women.
No, I never assaulted 2 women. Are you kidding
Bro,
me?
is next you're gonna say
No.
you didn't mass murder in the southern Uganda in 1997.
Okay,
Honestly.
it was not the southern Uganda. It was the north. Okay.
Okay,
Bro, I
whatever.
thought it was west.
Bobby,
But anyway, this
Honestly.
is a video that I need to see. This is a video I need to see.
Literally, they're context better be in the caption, because if you just look at the video,
Yeah, I'll just put the
I am
caption:
going-
live footage of Ian Hall assaulting 2 women,
whoa,
Yeah,
date and
I'm
time,
going to
a link
caption
to
it.
witnesses.
are you kidding me?
I'm going to
Well, we
caption
can
it.
bring up the fact that at the time Spencer was dating a girl and lost her in the fight. So
But I tied with you.
you did not. We did not tie.
We
I had
tied.
top control the whole time.
Yeah, he didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, because I
Well,
didn't
and then
want
I
to
got an
brag about
erection,
you.
and then we all just like,
And then we just fucked.
and then we fucked in the middle of the room, and that was
Yeah.
that.
Yo, at the on July 4th, we're doing Fight Club.
Spencer doesn't like people
Not in
fighting
my
on
house.
property.
But Janer has brought up that there was a second video at grad where he assaulted 2 women the second time. I don't
What?
remember this because I was
Literally no. They chased me around a room. I didn't even touch them. I did not even touch them. They
Oh,
literally just chased me around a room and tried to
Bro.
tackle me, and I just ran.
Bro, Ian just hits him with bicycle knee strikes to the head, just straight up.
holy shit. That's so funny. Like,
Oh
listen,
my
no,
gosh.
I didn't even hit them. I didn't even
Literally. I'm so
I
sick
didn't
of
even-
this.
I didn't even hit them with my
Oh,
fist.
fuck.
Bro, just hit him with the knees, dog.
Hashtag cancel Ian Hall. It's okay. Everybody consented.
Bruh, you might just be in the cancel Greg Heffley conversation. Like,
Shit. That's Bobby, that
Don't
is a
put me
serious
there,
claim.
Bobby. Bobby, don't put me there.
Well, actually, I do
That's
remember
okay, that's too far.
there
I'm
is a
sorry.
point in
I
that first video where you can see
Sorry.
me sitting on a beanbag chair laughing and clapping in the background. So I don't think it's a good one for
Yay.
anybody.
No, I might
did.
beat women, but Spencer encourages it.
Oh, avidly. I never said I didn't. Well, this is hashtag Team Manlet. Like, let's get it.
Hey, let's get it.
We are meninists. We are proud. We hate women. They are stinky, and they need to acknowledge that.
Honestly, women are not
Uh-oh.
pog. Women are not.
Stinky.
Thank you, Ian.
Women are honestly like women just.
Tell us
aren't
about women.
pog.
They aren't pog. That is true.
They're not pog.
Bobby,
Like,
give us some more strong opinions about women. What do you got?
Well, first of all, before I go into the opinion, I just want to say that Bobby is pog champ.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Basically,
Excellent.
about women, like, bro, like that's so dumb because it's just men, but they took a whoa at the beginning, so it's one.
Honestly,
not about
that
it.
one chick that
And, like-
stole that dude's rib to exist, that was fucked up.
Disgusting.
That was
Bro.
fucked up.
Disgusting.
Bro, she ate the forbidden fruit.
And that was, and I like to imagine that Ian and God had the same mentality, where just they left the toys in the middle, and they're like, "You ain't gonna touch it. You ain't. I'm using that." And then the chick
I'm
that stole the
enjoying
rib.
this analogy.
Yeah, that's basically what that whole story is. It's just like, that's my thing, don't touch it. But then they're also gonna like have snakes that are out there like, touch it.
Bro, shut up! Don't no snakes, no snakes, no snakes.
Is Bobby afraid of snakes?
I have a phobia of snakes. I fucking hate
Yes.
snakes.
Oh, interesting.
Biggest fear, bro. What are you gonna put on the screen?
I'm not putting anything on the screen.
What?
I didn't.
What?
Okay. Yeah, bro. It's snakes are my biggest fear. Straight up.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
me too, man. I fucking hate snakes.
Like
Like,
both of you guys' like biggest physical fear is snakes.
yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
I have no existential fears. I'm only afraid of snakes. Well, like, here's the thing. They are horrible. They literally I'm not religious, but I do think that snakes are the embodiment of evil and sin to the fullest religious capacity. Like,
Damn.
they're just evil. They exist to consume other things. Putting one snake in a foreign environment can decimate an entire ecosystem. It's already happened a
I
few
don't wanna
times in
keep
Florida.
talking about them, to be honest.
Well, I'm
Like-
gonna go into it because of how fucked it all is. You know how because snakes
Bro,
they don't
snake
get married and
propaganda.
hang out. Snakes have breeding balls where there'll just be like 50 of them coiled around each other, and eventually some of them will fuck while in this weird coil thing, and that's how more snakes happen. They're horrible. All they do is
Ugh.
bite. They're terrible. And Wyatt, I know I was the year of the snake when I was born, but whatever. It's why I hate myself.
You guys
so
know
thanks.
what I was?
Year of the
I'm the
rat.
best one. I was the year of the dragon.
Ooh,
So
angsty. Congrats. You're
yeah.
not even real. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I'm just legendary. Is how it is.
But honestly, like, it creeps me out because honestly, like, a snake can be anywhere.
Yeah,
Like,
they can be in
like
your
that's
toilet.
like,
Fuck. After
don't
that,
say that. Don't forget.
you know in Harry Potter where there's that whole thing where like there was this serpent that was in like the toilets for like a full year after I first saw that movie. Every time I went to a toilet, I was like, I'll make a deal with you. Like if I slip up, you can get me. You can get me then. But like if I'm chill, yes, the basilisk. Thank you, Jane.
Bro, there will be times when I'll be on a toilet and I'll just be vibing, doing what I gotta do. And then all of a sudden the idea of a snake being in the sewers pops in my head, and no matter how done I am, I'm getting off the toilet and I'm leaving.
Just Bobby leaving a little trail walking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
No, legit. Ian, what's your biggest physical fear then? I think let's end it on this. What are you most
I'm
afraid of physically?
very claustrophobic.
Really?
Like if I'm put like there's a story behind this. How I figured out that I was claustrophobic is at church actually. When I was a young wee lad, we were playing this game, and it was
really?
the stupidest game ever. And basically, it was like, see how long you can stay locked in this closet. But not only are you locked in this closet, is like all the people are gonna leave, and we're only gonna check in you on intervals.
Yeah.
And
And the only
basically,
person that's going to check on you is Father Kid Toucher, and he's just going to hang out in there once in a while.
and so basically, it's like this super small. The closet itself is actually very big, but it had an immovable shelf in like the lower half of it, and so you had to get
Which
in under the shelf.
which room was this in?
So you, Bobby, you know when you go down the main stairs and you go like left, and then there's the room right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those closets in there.
Oh, okay.
And so
Yeah,
like
for anybody at home that
went,
might go to Ian's church.
yeah. And so then like it was my turn, and so like I went in there and I was like, oh, like this will be fine. And like I was like in there for like 2 seconds, and I was like, this is not fine. I am not okay. And basically like they had left, and so like I could either like wait till they came back, or like because like they locked the closet door. And so like I just like shimmied myself so my back was up against the back of the closet and my legs were on the door, and I just like kicked the bottom of the door off, and that's how I got out. And I was like, I'm never doing that again, because
Is that why
like,
one of them doesn't close?
yeah.
Oh,
Absolute legend.
Yeah. And so like if I guess like the best way to describe it is like if I go into an elevator, I'm fine. But if that elevator was to like stop and like not be like break essentially, and I was stuck, then I wouldn't be fine.
Oh,
So
I have a similar thing with elevators where I always assume they're gonna like snap and fall. So anytime I'm in an elevator, I always like, cause there'll be like handrails in it, and I'll always like hold it and like brace myself to the ground, so that way if it starts like flying down, my body is still like braced in an upright position, so I can have a second to think before I'm like flung into the ceiling. It'll never happen, and I'm rarely in buildings higher than like 4 stories. But I'm always like, if this bitch goes, I'm ready.
I would
elevators,
like
I'm fine with.
talk.
Elevators, I'm fine
Oh.
with, but I don't like escalators.
Don't trust
I don't
them.
like escalators.
They gonna bite your toes?
Yeah.
Do you remember when we went to youth group? I'm sorry, this is another thing. But you went to the youth and where we basically just did like a scavenger hunt in West Ed. We said screw that, just went shopping instead.
Yeah, the boys went shopping.
Yeah. So when we had to go back up the escalator to get to the theater, that was super high, and that was actually the realized escalator. So I was standing on it, and like it just sort of had this rickety feel. And the thing is, it was going up to a third, and you could see to the first floor from the escalator, and it was like the heights thing as well. I got, bro, and I just like looked forward, and I just held on, and I was just like, and I remember after all the people who were in our shopping group, we started a group chat and I called it the anti-escalator committee at the start, but then the name got changed to the Boys Plus Rory, and so now it's like,
well,
Good
it's
stuff.
the boys plus Rory because we were all wearing hats except for Rory. So it was
Classic
like we
Rory.
were a group and Rory was with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. And as well,
But
Wyatt has said goodnight. Let's get a goodnight for Wyatt. Goodnight, Wyatt.
Good night, Wyatt. What
Um,
I was gonna say is I would like to talk about the fact that it is completely idiotic and moronic that like regular commercial buildings do not have 13th floors. And when you ask why it doesn't have a 13th floor, they're like, "Well, it's a spooky number."
It's bad
that's like a
luck.
real thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a real thing.
Like
Like
most
the
hotels don't
apartment
have a
complex.
13th floor.
Yeah, like the apartment complex my grandma used to live in didn't have a 13th floor because it's like, oh, it's a spooky number, and if we made that floor, there'd be goblins and ghouls up there.
Bro,
I think
who says they won't be nice? Like, why can't
yeah,
we
that's
just
what I'm
vibe with
saying. I
Yeah,
think this is like it's rooted in this weird bigoted idea that goblins and ghouls aren't chill.
yeah, come
Like
I
on,
this
and I
is
think
just racialization at its worst.
I think that's kind
exactly.
of stupid anyway, because you're literally just taking the 13th, masking it as the 13th.
Yeah, like there still is
Yeah,
a 13th floor. You just put the number 14 on it.
yeah. So like it doesn't,
There
like
we
it doesn't.
go.
But then the elevator doesn't know, so it's fine.
So it's fine. It's fine, guys. I don't know if you guys have ever lit up with a hobbit, but I have. His name was Ethan Marler. Chillest guy I've ever known.
Oh, poor Ethan.
So I
Oh,
want to go back to what you said about claustrophobia. So
Okay.
I'm going to disregard what you said about elevators.
Okay.
So basically, what you're saying is that if I gave you a big bear hug, you'd be just hyperventilating the whole time and just like.
well, he'd be trying to contain how
Um,
aroused he is.
well,
I
yeah,
see.
I would. That would be an issue,
Mm-hmm.
but like, I would be okay because I know that like I could like even if you tried to hold me there, like there's a big chance that I'd be able to like slip out of your arms. But
I was
like,
just
let's say that
meaning.
I had like a bunch of people on top of me, and I've like been in that situation before where it's been like a dog pile, and like I know that like I'm not strong enough to get these people off of me. Like then I'm like not okay.
You think is that part of the reason you like think you've gone in so heavy with MMA and enjoyed it because you know it gives you more like security in physical situations?
Um, Maybe. I've never thought about it like that. It's just something that I like. Like physical like challenges is just always something that I've liked. And like like I've people are always like, "Oh, like you're so healthy." But like the idea of like just being healthy like isn't super attractive to me. It's like I like being strong. Like I like being able to like physically like handle myself as well
Hmm.
as other people.
So that's what I'm
I guess
saying. If you're a bit of like a psychoanalysis here, I think the same what you just said, of you like to be strong enough to be in control of what your surroundings are, is that you need to be strong enough to break out of a box that you might be in.
yeah, I mean like yeah, that's
And you
fair.
see,
Exposure.
and I've just become really good at looking for snakes. So we all got our thing.
Bro, the the scariest encounter I've ever had with a snake. Like, I'm mostly just scared of the ones that bite, like boa constrictors and like pythons, like the ones who like squeeze. I'm
Mhm.
not as scared of those. They're what, to be honest. But it's like the ones that bite, like rattlesnakes and cobras. Like, I will kill you, like sort of thing. Like, I
Oh yeah.
can't stand
Oh yeah,
those.
it's the same thing where I have like my response to like that thought isn't necessarily always fear, it's just like caveman aggression. It's like if I
Yeah.
am near a snake, my goal is to find out how to crush its head like as quickly as possible. And that is
That
all I
wouldn't be
would
me. Mine would be to run. And
really.
I found that out in person because one time I went to DC and we were in a big desert part of DC and it was like just barren. And we came and me and my dad stopped at the bottom of this like walking trail and like in the van and let me and my mom out. And I didn't see any snakes, but going up the trail I just kept hearing rattling, like rattling sounds. And I was like 9 years old. In my brain I didn't put together that it was a rattlesnake, and my mom just had to tip me off. She straight up dropped it. So like we were walking and she had an air horn. She went, "It's a good thing we have this air horn in case we come across any rattlesnakes." And then it all clicked in my mind. Oh my god, all those noises. Because it was nonstop. It was constant walking up the trail, constant rattling. Nonstop. It was like all you could hear, but I just didn't put it together. And my mom said that, and I was like, screw this and screw you. I'm going back to the car right now. And so I just turned around, and since she was there, I didn't run, but I was like speed walking incredibly fast.
Imagine being a
And
dumb baby snake that needs a rattle. What the fuck?
and like and so I got to like the final stretch of it, and I heard like a one last rattle, and it sounded really close, so I just booked it back to the van, and I was crying and I was like breaking down, and my mom didn't understand what I was upset about, and she was like, "But we didn't see them," and that's not what it's about.
Like, that
I
doesn't
know
change that they're there.
I'm like,
Yeah.
they are there. I am not taking a risk. And she was basically like, damn.
Like, if
So-
there was a gunshot like right near me, I'd probably be a little worried. Was like, but you didn't get shot, so like,
Bro,
where's the concern?
What was I gonna say? Fuck.
Mans is sleepy. I think we should probably end her pretty quick.
all right.
Just need to remember what I was gonna say.
I don't think we have another hour,
It's
Ian.
gone. It's gone.
Damn, it do be like
I
that sometimes.
apologize.
No,
Ian's
it's all
gonna
good.
remember that. Ian's gonna remember the instant we end the stream.
No doubt. Well, anyway, we can end her for now then. Thank you very much for the people watching
Yes.
live. If you missed any pieces, this is available in audio on pretty much everywhere: Google, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. If you want to see the video, it will be on YouTube. It's Always Saturday Podcast on YouTube. We have an Instagram where we announce this stuff at It's Always Saturday Podcast. So yeah, check us out. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one. Later, skaters.
See you later, gamers.
Oh, and we're probably gaming after, so we might see you then as well.
Yeah.
Later, boys.